some of our
I'm not going to
emergency
be up here
candidates
long because we're
of
preparing to
trees
go
down. So we're starting to see
downstairs.
those reports
It
gradually start to
is
slip in.
now
We saw this, if you were with us at the top of the 3 o'clock show, we actually showed
3:23.
you
Supposed
a
to be here
shot
at
where
3:40.
after the storm had already passed, you can
Mom
see
is
that
headed
they were
toward the
still dealing with some
basement
gusty
there.
winds and some rain. Looks
Uh,
like we got a camera shot up for you right now that looks to be State Route 34 in Coweta County, near the Noonan area, near where that tornado was reported. So it looks like traffic is moving. It looks like there is a bit of a backlog turning what looks to be right onto what I'm assuming is Highway 34. So people are slowing down for some reason. Again, we're speculating. It's 319. This could be school bus traffic. This could be evening commute traffic. But there is a slowdown there. We're starting to get some reports of trees down in the county. So we're going to continue to work to get confirmation of what has happened and what unfortunately is still ongoing, because we have an active tornado warning in 2 of our counties until 3:45. So that's nearly 30 more minutes to deal with this storm as it moves to the east. One thing that we like to do in situations like this is we kind of like to, we're married to different versions of our ability to look at velocity, because what that can help us do. Looks like something happened. Looks like they may have just trimmed some places out of the warning. But what
oh,
that helps us
good.
do is at least pick up on where some of that rotation is. Now, admittedly, we are very, very, very close to the radar site. So we'll keep an eye on this over the course of the next couple of minutes. But remember, we send out a radar beam from that radar site, and this is coming very, very close to it. So we're getting some very low level information here, but the closer you are to that radar site, sometimes when you're next to it, it is kind of hard, and we kind of have to switch to another radar site. So we may have to do that for a couple of minutes just to try to get a better look at what's happening, but it's going to be a further radar site, and honestly our best bet is to stick where we are. What we are still picking up on is some signatures of some rotation that is going to be crossing the Fisher Road area. This is going to be moving through Shoal Creek Forest, south of Country Manor. That's going to be our best bet on where that rotation is right now. Moving to the east, so if you're along 74, that's going to be headed your way over the course of the next few minutes. Once again, a tornado-warned storm that has a lot of rain, some heavy downpours associated with it. And as First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez just mentioned, we're also concerned about some of the hail, Jen, embedded in this storm.
Yeah, winds, hail, tornadoes, the whole gamut as this line pushes through. The emergency manager in Coweta County said they're starting to receive numerous calls of trees down. So this Boeing area, and again, this is what we were talking about, this Boeing area is where the strongest winds are located. Even beyond a possible tornado on the ground, we're seeing the possibility of 60-mile-an-hour winds within that Boeing segment. So that would cause numerous trees and power lines to come down. So damage expected in Coweta County, and again, possible tornado as well in eastern portions of Coweta County, moving into Fayette County. I will say, in the type of setup we have today, a quick spin up is possible, but I am not expecting any long-lived tornadoes or long-lived strong tornadoes. This is going to be more of a quick spin-up situation. They spin up very quickly, but they'll also go away fairly quickly, and that's why we continue to watch the rotation possible within this storm to see how long it is still on the ground, if it even is. So it does look like it's showing some signs of weakening, at least as far as rotation is concerned. But as Patrick mentioned, we're getting very close to the radar site. You can see where that radar beam is originating from. It's in Peachtree City. So the storms are almost going right on top of the radar site. So it's a little bit harder for the radar beam to detect what's moving directly over it. But as this gets closer to the radar site, we are going to see a little bit of interference with that. But you can see that tornado warning still in place again for eastern portions, northeastern portions of Coweta County and Fayette County. Patrick circled there where the radar beam is coming from as this moves east. And we've had multiple incidents where the storms or possible tornado has actually gone over the Peachtree City National Weather Service office. So certainly something they'll be watching for as well. Thankfully, it does look like they are just south of the warned area, so they should be okay from this possible tornado. But certainly those in Peachtree City right now need to take cover, go to the lowest level of your home and into your room, a basement, away from any windows as a possible tornadic storm moves over your area. And again, that possible tornado is going to be on the leading edge of this storm. And again, we talked about the radar beam. Notice how it starts to look like a little bit of tie-dye right there. That's just because it's getting closer and closer to the radar site. But this is approaching the Windsong area, Stony Brook Plantation, Greer's Mountain, Cobblestone Creek, Peachtree City, obviously a very populated area, Fernwood, Belle Grove, Fishers Bank, Fayette Villa Estates, Smith's Crossroads, Bridger Point. I am naming who is just directly in the path of this possible tornado. At a minimum, 60-mile-an-hour winds will be possible, large hail possible as well, blinding rain as well. So take cover, get to the lowest level of your home, away from any windows as this approaches. Everywhere you see in pink here is possible hail. So we are seeing some hail possible along this leading edge. Thankfully, our first alert radar is not detecting much shear right now, but it did earlier, and that is something we see very often, these quick spin-ups, and then they go away. But we're going to keep that warning in place until we are confident that the threat of a possible tornado is over. We are starting to see those power outages coming in, and this number is going to grow very quickly, especially as the storms get over more and more populated and yellow beyond the
Okay,
tornado
folks, trying to
warning.
get
That
ready
is
to
a
go
severe
downstairs
thunderstorm
here.
warning. That does include portions of
It's
Clayton
moving
County,
in.
all of Fayette County, and it does include portions of Meriwether County and much of Coweta County. And again, that's for the possibility of severe thunderstorm winds. That's winds of 58 miles an hour or